So in this video, I'll be reviewing Malco's Fast Shot wheel cleaner. They reached out to me and they're like, hey, would you be interested in trying some of our products? I said, sure, send them over. So this is an honest review of their wheel cleaner. They're not paying me to say anything, so this will be an honest, unbiased review. And it's funny because a couple people actually asked me if I've used Malco products. I said no, and then a few weeks later, they reached out to me. So coincidence there. Anyways, so we're gonna try it out. So the bottle says it's an excellent alternative to HF wheel cleaners. Will not clump or clog spray nozzles in cold temperatures. So that's good if you're usually work in really cold temperatures. Time-saving formula. Easily cleans brake dust, film, and dirt and restores to a like new appearance. This part is, so I already used the product. I already made the video. So it's much easier to make the video and then make the intro as opposed to making the intro and then making the video. Little tip for you guys that are trying to make videos. There's a disclaimer here. It says danger, corrosive, harmful if swallowed, causes severe skin burns and serious eye damage. Keep out of reach of children. Follow precautions on back panel. So that's actually very important because you will see that this is for a professional use only. If you're a consumer, if you're doing this on your personal vehicle, I do not recommend you purchase this product because it is legitimately for professionals. So it says for professional use only. It says fast non-shot acid wheel cleaner is an extremely powerful, yes, very powerful non-acid wheel cleaner designed to remove dirt and baked on brake dust from coated aluminum and alloy wheels. This cleaning formula works quickly and makes wheels look bright again. Now, as far as directions, it says spray product directly onto the wheels and tires. Do not use on Hot Wheels. It has it on caps lock, so it must mean they're screaming it at you. Test in an inconspicuous area prior to application. Do not use product if spotting or staining occurs. Do not apply to bare aluminum, magnesium, plastic, or powder coated surfaces. Let solution work up for 2 minutes and rinse away brake dust and dirt. Do not let product dry. Again, in caps lock, so just reading it how they're saying it. For heavy soils, agitation with a wheel or tire brush may be necessary to loosen soils. Malco would not accept responsibility for damaged wheels and tires resulting from either intentional or accidental misuse of this product. So 2 disclaimers here on the front, caution, and then the back, we're not responsible for anything. So let's get into the actual review. Okay, so no one complained now. Look how dirty these wheels are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about how dirty the wheels are. So no one complained about those wheels weren't even dirty, bro. Yes, they are. I'm not gonna worry about the tires, the fenders. Like, I'm strictly just going to clean the wheels themselves. Alright, so we have it set up. I'm gonna spray the ground a little bit to just kind of help carry the nastiness over. I'm gonna start with just the let's start with the inside barrels. The wheels are absolutely cold. They haven't been driven since yesterday, so they're very dry. So let's spray this. Wow, great trigger. It's coming out very easily. So I can spray everything, might as well, right? Okay, that's pretty good. Let's just give it a few seconds to dwell. Now the smell is a bit harsh, like it's if you don't want to be super close to it and inhale it because it will probably make you start coughing and such. So it is a pretty nasty cleaner. It's not like an APC where it's diluted. It's it's not good for you to smell, but it's not gonna be terrible if you inhale it. But this one, if you're around it, it'll definitely get you to probably cough a little bit. Kind of like the worst one that I smelled as of yet. I'll put it right here. The worst one I smelled as of yet is McGuire's Super Degreaser. That's the one that has been the harshest smell, and kind of one of the bigger reasons why I stopped using it. Although how great it was as a cleaner, just the smell of it was just unbearable at times. And when you're trying to just detail and clean the engine or the wheels or something, you don't want to like have to step away or like put a mask on just to clean something. So that's why I stepped away from this. But this one has a very, very harsh smell, to be honest. Okay, so let's just check and let's just rinse it off. The camera's just right here, not too far, so I'm not gonna spray that hard because the camera's up there. Now, as you can tell, a lot of the gunk came off. I mean, look how much better it looks. Perfect, not at all. But look at the inner barrels. It cleaned off a lot. I'm actually pretty impressed on how much it took off. Now, if you had a pressure washer, you'd most likely take off a lot more than what I did with a garden hose, because it's just the pressure of a garden hose. So if you had a pressure washer, you'd probably take off a good amount more just because you have more pressure. And look how easy it's just wiping off. So that was just with purely spraying and rinsing. Very impressed. AP like super clean, 10 to 1, 4 to 1, 1 to 1 straight. Probably wouldn't have been able to do that. So first impressions, and the birds have came out to interrupt all these videos. Jesus. So yeah, first impressions, very, very impressed by how well it came out. So now I'm gonna spray even just very lightly. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And this time, I'm actually gonna use some. I'm gonna use some actual agitation. I actually never use this brush. I always use a bigger one. So as per the instructions of the cleaner, though, it does say do not use on powder coated. What else? On powder coated. Do not use wheels on powder coated wheels, on aluminum, on magnesium, on plastic wheels. Now it also says to let it dwell for about a few minutes, but because it's pretty hardcore, not gonna lie, it is actually a pretty tough cleaner, and it has a very, very, very harsh smell. I'm not gonna leave it on there for a few minutes. You know, obviously it does say it has to be on a cold surface, not hot wheels, so that's why they say to let it dwell for that long, because technically it's not supposed to be on a hot wheel, so it's not supposed to dry up at all. But I wouldn't let it sit there for 2 minutes. I mean, it's really strong, the smell's bad, so I would just let it dwell for a few seconds and then rinse it off. So this part is gonna be super easy. At this point, yeah, I mean, at this point it's gonna be really easy to clean the wheel. There's no surprise here. But yeah, impressions as of now, fantastic, fantastic wheel cleaner. That seriously, if you had a pressure washer, it would knock off most of it. If I probably did another round of, you can't really tell because of the sun. Whoops. If you probably did another round of spraying everything down and letting it dwell, it'd probably knock off even more. But the biggest drawback, by far, the biggest drawback that I will have to think about or have to use it in very specific situations is the smell. I'm gonna rinse all that off. So as you can tell, there's absolutely no denying how well they came out. I mean, this has been a really, really easy cleaning. I was super clean, even 4 to 1. It would have probably took me a bit more work because just because it's not as strong. So very thorough cleaning. Wheels came out amazing. So now, just for testing purposes, this wheel isn't as bad as the first one. As you can tell, there still is a buildup of dirt and brake dust. Like, don't get me wrong, it is dirty. But here, I'm just gonna spray, since it's not that dirty. Let's see if there's still a huge difference between just spraying it down and then, yeah, spraying it down then rinsing it down. Let's see if it still does a great job with just a garden hose. So I'm gonna spray very liberally. I don't know how liberal that is. Let's see. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Bada beep, bada boop, bada bop. All right, and now let's let it sit there for a little bit. Okay, it's been I think like 45, 50 seconds, maybe a minute. So I'm gonna scoot the camera back. That way I can spray more water without having to worry about the camera getting wet. And away we go. Oh, the camera's still gonna get wet. Let me see if I can get a bit more in there. Ugh. Uh-oh, camera down. Okay, so let's take a look here. First impressions, and I would say I am actually very, very impressed of how well it cleaned off, even though it wasn't that dirty. Again, like, so face of the wheel, most of it came off, yes. Inner barrels, the like, you know, the outer portion of the lip of the inner wheel barrel, like, if you go deeper, there's still dirt. That makes sense because the garden hose couldn't really hit that part directly. But this outside lip here of the wheelbarrow, it's very clean. With a face of the wheel, very clean. Like, I wouldn't even follow this up with a brush anymore. I would just wipe it down with a towel. Like, I would continue on, and at the end maybe wipe it down with a towel. So that's very impressive. Okay, so that's the video. As you can see, I was very impressed with the product, but the biggest drawback, and again, this is why I said in the beginning, this is for professionals, is that the smell is very bad. Like that disclaimer saying, hey, don't let it touch your skin, don't swallow, like that is very real, because I could see why it's gonna cause problems if you do get it on your skin or like inhale it a lot. So with this one, if you're a professional detailer and you work on wheels a lot and see all different types of wheels that are hammered and such, this is a great option for those specific types of tools, wheels where they're just, you got to bring out the big guns. And we ran into quite a few of those where we're just like there for a long time trying to clean some wheels. So this one would make quick work of those wheels, definitely, assuming it fits its criteria and it's not you know, aluminum, magnesium, plastic, or powder coated surfaces. It would do great work of it. But again, it is for professional use. So when you are using it, it's not like you can be there. Like, you're gonna spray it and then probably walk away, or spray it and you better have some it's called those masks that filter it out, so you can keep on breathing, because it will get up in your face. So if you're working like at your home and you have like kids running around, or like your dog's there and you're gonna work on wheels, I would not recommend the dog or animals or the people be there, or don't use this product. Because I mean, if a kid runs by it and they get a whiff of this, like, it'll, I mean, you know, it's not gonna send them to the hospital, but they're gonna get like a big shock of such a harsh, nasty smell. So will I use this? Definitely when the wheel fits that criteria of me using this. Like, if it's not that bad, do I need to bring out the big gun? No. Like, I could use something much smaller, something not, just some APC diluted 10-to-1, 4-to-1, or straight. If it's very trashed on wheels, they're caked on, it's not budging with APC, that's when I'll bring out the big gun. So I do recommend this product based on what I use it for, but in very specific situation. This is not your go-to, like, I use this every single time I clean wheels. It could be if you're that type of person, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna bring out the big guns for something I can hit with a little hammer, So yeah, if you have any comments, questions, feedback, if you use the product yourself, leave that in the comment section down below. Professional use, definitely not, and I'm only gonna use it in specific instances, not everyday use. Hopefully that helps. I'll see you on the next one.